admired in the way she has, played a role in defining the technology landscape within India, and also has played a global role at the same time. As Preeti said, whatever she said about Sirisha's bio, but I think there's a lot that people don't know that's not written in the bio. We've sort of known each other for a little, almost like 20 years now. And people don't know that apart from her technology expertise and stuff that she does, she's also a very accomplished badminton player, and at a very, very high level. I think something's got to do with Hyderabad and badminton, I think. And on top of it, a very accomplished dancer. So, Sirisha, those two skills I think we can't show today on stage. For that we need a separate event. But just picking up from, where Mamata left, and you guys, and I don't want to make this a Women's Day special or whatever, but I think some of the work that you guys are doing and some of the other women leaders are not about just promoting gender diversity, but also primarily about demonstrating the amount of talent and leadership talent that India can bring together. So big round of applause for people like Sirisha, people like Mamata, who absolutely define that leadership is really beyond gender and it's really about what you can bring to the table. There was once, I had a few questions, but which I think we'll definitely talk about. But there was a slide in Mamata's presentation which said, I didn't know this, so 120,000 plus AI professionals work in GCCs. And that's a huge number. And it's sort of, we did a report launch before you came in with me and Dipesh did this with Jayesh and talking about different aspects of what GCCs have been doing and how they've been growing, but also about the amount of transition that they've been doing from the time we started our careers. GCCs have been there, HSBC, as they said, is 25 years, and on the other hand, you guys have just started in Lloyds. So there's a whole spectrum, but from being capacity building to driving technology and innovation. So my question to you is, Sirisha, I don't want to ask, this last week has been all about AI, we all know, and some amazing innovations, some amazing startling findings of what you can do with cost and what possibilities therefore exist for India. At Lloyds, or at your experience, depending on what you want to share, how real is the opportunity of AI in business solutions or in your area, in your work area, and how are you addressing those? How are you approaching that?
So, well, I think it's a huge topic, and we're probably at the very beginning of what AI can do, and the opportunities around AI, right? There's just policy coming in on various aspects of AI. But I can talk about banks and every other, probably most of the industries. There are three watchwords I think all of us go after, and it is faster, quicker, cheaper, better. And anything that can help us through this journey is something that we would love to adopt, right? And if I just take the banking industry, one of the biggest problems that we probably have, and if there's anybody from the financial services industry, especially large banks, data is one of our biggest problems. And what we don't do well enough is cross-selling and upselling across various industries. So we have probably a mass affluent customer. Are we selling all the propositions in the bank to him, or to anybody in the other segments? Are we doing that well enough? So that is probably one area where I would see. And the problems really are we classifying data enough? Do we have, are we pushing the right data to cloud? Are we, ensuring that we have certain SLAs around data that we should be meeting up? Are we having the right regulation, especially, to various countries that we want to do cross-border payments or whatever it is? So I think AI can play a big part in almost everything, but this is something that I can think of.
even at an engineering level, right? I mean, there are a few aspects that we actually struggle with, and and this is not limited to this particular industry. We always want to, push code out to production, quickly, right? And we actually struggle with having enough test data, for instance. Are we testing out all the corner cases, right? And these are benign cases which don't require too much governance around. And I believe, AI can actually help in those areas where, you have robust code that's really going out to production. We also have issues a lot of times around, dependency management and things like that. So these are, very real cases where I believe AI can actually help us in terms of just getting our shops right as far as processes is concerned, as far as managing data is concerned, because I think most of the future is going to revolve around data, whether it is personalized, hyper-personalization that you want to provide to customers or whatever. So I think it's really important to use AI to start with in some of these use cases. Of course, there are many more complicated use cases that you can have and use AI around. But what I believe is if we are able to do things faster, cheaper, better, and we have the dollar saved to do a lot of innovation and spend the rest of the dollar, run the engine, you spend way lower on cost and use the rest of it to really innovate and bring something new to the table, I think the value propositions that we can actually build and take to customer are way higher. So yes, I believe AI would definitely make a difference in the way we think and look at the future.
Sure, thank you. And I think you make a very relevant point about saying that at the end of the day, it's going to make a business impact.
Oh,
And you might want to start with not the most complicated use cases, but ones that do the obvious in terms of cross-connecting data, allowing your business to cross-sell, upsell, and those kind of use cases where your business leaders and you guys as leaders of a bank in this case can see immediate return on what that investment is delivering.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So tell me something, I mean, as this becomes that big a hub and with that number that we talked about, the talent becomes a critical part of that journey. And we just heard about relevant talent being critical to make these decisions for you relevant in the center that you're driving. How are you preparing for it? How are you building that talent? And I'm sure it's not easy. Everyone's running for the same set of talent, I guess, but how are you preparing for it?